back, y'all. My bad. You know what I'm talking about? I'm back, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna go live again and show y'all what I was talking about and what my sons be talking about. About how organ harvesting, selling babies, all this shit for real. All this shit for real, y'all. I got the video lined up. Let me cut the chat out right quick. Let me get the video lined up right quick. Look, y'all. Before I get started, hell of a chick want to go live about the Kanika Jenkins case, and she stirring up the narrative play dumb. Now, before I get to find the bitch up right quick, I want to let y'all know this. Did y'all know she used to work at a law firm? If you've been following her in the beginning, you know that. She worked in the law firm, and that was her #1 job. Notice she on YouTube now making the YouTube videos about all the killings and the murders and all this shit, right? Cause the bitch lost her job. And she lost her job because M. Easy and Chloe and them did the video analyze. Now check this out. She donated to the campaign, because you know when you start a GoFundMe, you got to have at least 4-5 motherfuckers that's in it. You know what I'm talking about? For you to raise money, you need the missionary. You know what I'm saying? You need a motherfucker that gon' send the link out and promote the shit, right? So I saved all the video, the screenshots, and all this shit when they raised up down to $5,000. Now, she telling these people that she don't understand the pistols and she trying to, you know what I'm saying, see what the pistols all about. I thought that's what you got the video analyzed for. Then you made a video with me when people told me, Teresa, that they were making a GoFundMe to get a video analyzed. And she made a video and go say, Miss Teresa, the last time I checked, according to the law, you know what I'm saying, we got the right to do this, you know what I'm talking about? And Miss Teresa said, no. What? But look, and that was a proven fact. Do I got to pull up Miss Teresa pose? And don't make me pull up who collected the money on this shit and how they separated this shit. And then she telling all her viewers and shit. When I told her, I said, damn, if you asking the people, if you telling the people that, yeah, I'm trying to see what the pistols is on the footage, but last year, bitch, you got the video analyzed, you and your team, I'm Easy Chloe with the same bitch that's on the footage. Right? But guess what? Chloe never showed her face till she dropped the phone till I screenshot it. So why would hell of a chick make a video defending Chloe? Said, come on, guys. He put Chloe there and this bitch on the footage. So how you, if you never seen Chloe, how you could defend her and say that's not her on the fucking footage? If now one of her own viewers seen the bitch. And then I got the video when the whole dropped the phone, and that's how I got the screenshot and show y'all this the bitch on the footage. See what I'm saying, y'all? Man, I done got mad all over again. Cause this dumb shit. And then they gonna try to switch her story. The bitch gonna try to tell her viewers that, yeah, Tregang ain't trying to say I was there at the party. Bitch, not one time I said you was at the party. Looking like Casper the Ghost. Y'all see that? That's the same motherfucking ghost that was on the Gold Busters. See what I'm saying, y'all? But that bitch was quiet when I shut that bitch down. Her, Clark Avenue, and the rest of these YouTube. And check this out. To make a long story short, you could see on Straight Drop old video where she was in the comments collaborating with Straight Drop. And then when Straight Drop got proven on the footage, and this bitch ain't got no content about that. Since this bitch talking about, let's talk about some Kanika Jigging case. Why you all in Straight? Then guess what? Did y'all know Straight Drop exposed her? Yeah, let me get this shit, you know what I'm talking about? Let me get this shit cracking. Trying to switch the narrative, trying to get people talking about some other, yeah, ain't that suspect, y'all? Now he trying to say I was there. Now, don't tell your people that I said you was there, bitch. I said, ho, you know what was going on. It's a difference in that, bitch. I'm J for K all the way. And look, y'all. Oh, she finna get this, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she finna get this, some of this, what Kwame Brown punchline, y'all? Mama's cooking. Yeah. Why she want to talk about the Kanika Jigger case? Why she not make one video about Straight Drop was seen on the footage? And she cannot say that's not him. In the beginning, she tried to say that wasn't even Straight Drop. And she lost all her viewers. The motherfucker that's in the live right now, that the people didn't even witness this shit. They don't even know. So she gonna tell these folks we beefing like I'm trying to take over the Kanika Jinga case. No, anybody could take over the motherfucking Kanika Jinga case if they read the fucking police report. Anybody can have tea on this shit if they read the police report and break that shit down just like I did. And remember, this the same bitch that was on this channel. In my comments, I made a moderator jack and said, woo-hoo, payal. And this bitch said she a payal unit. What? Don't let me expose this bitch. It's in my last live. I mean, not in my last live. Go in the beginning of my live when this bitch all talking about some, yeah, and don't let me go to my motherfucking Gmail and show this bitch regular ass apartment, show me this picture of me on motherfucking, y'all know my logo? Talking about, yeah, you see that? That's all I watch on my TV screen. It's some Tregang. Bitch, do I need to release that? You lonely bitch. You ain't got no man holding your house, look like Dracula, the Adder family. Man, y'all been not walking that whole house to my, yeah, screaming, can I use your restroom? You better not. Man, your ass gonna open the door, go in the bathroom and try to close the door and lock that motherfucker. Then that's when the flow drop. Your ass finna fall 50 feet down a tunnel. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Look how big the whole head is. Then she trying to wear her hairstyle like this bitch got some African roots or something. I told y'all about these white bitches that love, you know what I'm talking about. What? Y'all want me fight it? Y'all want me fight her ass up? Yeah, I will, and I'm gonna speak all facts before the bitch even responds to this shit. Tell everybody when you was in Straight Drop comment and you know what I'm talking about, and y'all were collaborating. And tell everybody when Straight Drop made a video about your ass and exposed you. And that's why you stopped talking about the Kanika Jigga case for a while. Like a motherfucker forgot about you. Like a motherfucker just gonna forget about you or something. Girl, you still the ops. I'm looking at this bitch right now. I'm so motherfucking hungry. The bitch look like a busted can of biscuits. Should I bake me some, what? Man, let me stop. She look just like the dope boy on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Poke that motherfucker in the belly. Yeah, why the bitch talking about some Kanika Jinga? Yeah, let's start this war starter. They go for all the other YouTubers too. They want to get in on this shit. Yeah. Yeah, Pillsbury. The bitch look like Pillsbury. You see what I'm talking about? They the same color and they lumped up. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you gotta pat this bitch back in shape though. And you get you some honey butter fluffy biscuits. Yeah, she live right now. You know, I fired the bitch up in the chat. You know what I'm talking about? So I said, let me go live fire the hoe up right quick. But I'm finna get to tell y'all about what my subscribers were talking about in my last live, y'all. Now look, everything she said, it was true. How the police cover up and how many missing people in the world and how the doctor agency goes and shit. Now, did y'all research about Georgia Tan? She was in a doctor agency and she sold over 500 babies. And that's documented in Tennessee. And then guess what else documented? Dr. Hicks. He in Georgia and he sold over 500 babies. So they was doing this shit at the same time in all the doctor agencies and clinics and shit. Hold on, y'all. Let me let y'all see this shit. When I show y'all this video, think about Orient and Orient West. Think about the boys in California. Right? Watch this, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me cut my chat out. Man, I got just 47 likes. Hold on, let me go to. This is a little skit right here, y'all.
It's been more than 60 years since the illegal adoption started and more than 20 years since the news was broadcast nationwide. But tonight in Georgia, there are still hundreds of people looking for answers. They are among the Hicks babies.
This is actually happening. This is unreal.
Melinda Dawson hopes a DNA sample can help solve a decades-long mystery.
Okay. I want to know who I look like. I want to know how my sons got so tall. I want to know if my sons look like their grandfather.
Dawson is one of hundreds who say they were victims of Dr. Thomas Hicks. Hicks, a family physician who performed illegal abortions in the 50s and 60s in McKaysville, Georgia, also delivered babies and sold them to couples in off-the-books adoptions.
Keep this in mind, it was in the 50s. He got a clinic and he was selling babies. At the same time, while he was selling babies through this little scam they got going on with the doctor agency, the clinic, and the hospital. Georgia Tan was doing the same shit in Tennessee.
Says in 1962, her adoptive parents paid $1,000 for her.
And they were instructed to come through the front door, pick the baby up, and leave through the back door, and go home immediately.
Dr. Hicks lost his medical license in 1964 and died in 1972. The medical records from his clinic were never found.
Did you come to get DNA?
That's why Dawson organized new DNA testing this year. Using more precise analysis, she believes can lead to family matches. Paul Payne was adopted in 1952. He's been searching for his biological family for decades.
We just want to know things like medical history. Where did we come from? You know, who was our dad? Who was our mom?
Like other adoptees, all he's uncovered is a birth certificate he believes Dr. Hicks falsified.
Falsified.
Adoptive parents down on the birth certificate as the natural parents. And that pretty much sealed our fate as far as...
Now y'all heard that story? Hold on.
First trying to find our roots.
Hicks' granddaughter defended the doctor to CBS News. She says he was just trying to find families for unborn babies. But that explanation is not enough for Dawson. After the DNA test this summer failed to turn up more matches, she's calling for another round soon.
We're in our 50s and 60s now, and this is it. This is our last shot.
You were invited to a pool party, but athlete's foot was...
Man, I ain't say nothing about no motherfucker. Georgia Tan. Hold on.
Georgia Tan kidnapped and then sold an estimated 5,000 babies between 1924 and 1950.
1924 to 1950, and you just seen another doctor kept his practice going in the 50s.
This is certainly beyond shocking and unsettling to hear, but how she got away with it for so long only adds to the terrifying nature of this truly staggering story, which is actually hard to believe is 100% true. Tan pulled off her brazen scheme through operating the Tennessee Children's Home Society, a society which, on the surface, was doing the Lord's work, finding homes for orphaned children. In reality, it worked as a cover for Tan to funnel children into her care, only for her to turn around and sell them on the black market for extreme profit. In the nearly 30 years Tan and the society were in operation, she managed to kidnap and sell an estimated 5,000 babies. These weren't orphan
I mean, not 500, but 5,000 babies. 5,000 babies that she had her own goddamn it child agency selling the babies on the black market. Then you got this nigga in Georgia doing the same fucking thing, and you don't tell me you don't see a comparison with that with the Oregon and the same police officer, the one that took the child from the he was on the motherfucking the lead investigator on the case. This shit been going on.
children placed under her care. They were stolen right from under their parents' noses. How? How could anyone get away with kidnapping and selling children for nearly 30 years right here in America? She did it with help from friends in high places. She took children who came from poor families, for the simple reason that poor families at the time didn't have the necessary resources to search for one of their children should they go missing. If families did file a report, Georgia Tan would have it handled by her close friend, E.H. Crump, a powerful tycoon and the so-called boss of Memphis. Crump would make sure the reports of missing children were ignored. She also had an elaborate system for taking news and mental wards.
And look, y'all can go back how this practicing been going on. Y'all remember back in the 90s when celebrities started adopting kids? Julie, what's that lady name? Juliette O'Lean. I guess she the one played in Tomb Raider, I guess. She was adopting kids. All the white celebrity was adopting these black kids and shit. Y'all remember that? That was in the 90s. There was a big trend in the 90s that celebrity was adopting kids. Madonna adopt kids. Angelina Jolie, yeah. Who else adopted kids? It's a lot of celebrities. I just can't just name them right now. So look.
Bribing doctors and nurses to help protect the children, and then tell their unsuspecting parents that their baby was stillborn. Tan would take off with the baby, with the child's parents believing their newborn to be deceased. She even had a system for snatching children right off the street. She took children from churches or daycare centers while they played with their friends. They'd end up in the arms of a...
What? And you want to know how kids just come up missing off the streets? Look, even Michael Jackson adopted kids. Look at the kids he adopted now. What I'm basically telling y'all this. If these people had license for these kids legally, they got a business they can operate, and look what they doing. Taking kids out the back door. Like this McDonald's or something. Yeah, let me get that pack of that case of meat patties out there. I'm gonna sit that at the back door. That's why Crenshaw exposed, look, and check this out. The Saddle Ranch. The Saddle Ranch was a luxurious hotel, a 5-star hotel for just basically kids. That people take kids out over there for the ranch. They call it the Saddle Ranch. That's why in the beginning, the news, when they were searching for the boy, they didn't want to tell y'all that the investigation started at the Silver Saddle Ranch. And look, and then look, they shut the Silver Saddle Ranch down because that's where people go in there and shit, sell the babies. Meet me at the hotel. You already got the room? Yeah, I just flew in from New York. Where she at? I'm finna bring her down now. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't thinking about, y'all see, look, we so caught up thinking about how dope boys sell dope and, you know what I'm talking about, how they run a trap house and how nigga run a whole house. What you think these white folks out here doing with they business? They always tell y'all about little quick.
Uniformed social worker under Tan's employ, and they'd never be seen by their birth parents again. Once the children were under her care, and their parents were none the wiser, Tan would wipe their identities and sell them to couples looking to adopt, leaving them completely in the dark about where the child came from by falsifying or destroying their documents. Tan pocketed millions of dollars selling children to out-of-state couples, charging a $5,000 premium on out-of-state adoptions. Almost 90% of her sales, which in this context, sales is a truly disgusting word, went to wealthy couples in New York and Los Angeles who could afford the steep pricing of Tan's services, including actress Joan Crawford, who adopted her twin daughters from Tan. It should be noted none of the adoptive parents had any chance to suspect what they were doing was wrong.
And look, this in the early 40s and 50s. Man, Hollywood been doing this shit cause the actors. Now check this out. You gotta think about an actor. Well, I don't want to ruin my career about getting pregnant. So I adopt some kids. That's why some of these actors out here, you know what I'm saying, mostly a lot of female actors, you know what I'm saying, some of them don't even got kids. Y'all see what I'm saying now? So
Its face, Tan's operation was a legitimate adoption agency. Of course, simply adopting a baby and then never having questions about where that child came from isn't possible. But if the adoptive parents ever questioned Tan about issues that arose, things like missing birth certificates or clearly falsified medical histories, Tan had an answer. If the new parents ever had any suspicion that anything fishy was going on, Tan would threaten them with legal action through one of her major accomplices, family court judge Camille Kelly. Judge Kelly used her position of power to sanction Tan's activities and threaten the adoptive parents with taking away their adoptive children if they continued to make a fuss or ask questions.
This a judge. This a judge allowing this to go on, and he even signing off on this shit. And you want to know why they want your kids in the juvenile system.
They would also be threatened with being roped into whatever legal ramifications Tan may or may not have faced. I mean, they did use her services, so technically they were involved in an illegal enterprise themselves. And here was a judge telling them they were complicit. Needless to say, this blackmail coming from the U.S. judicial system itself made a lot of folks go quiet. Tan was so powerful and wealthy, so highly regarded as a steward of ridding adoption of its negative stigma at the time, and so well connected, no accusations or rumblings of misconduct ever stuck. The story is so insane that it's hard to even frame it or tell it in a way that makes any sense whatsoever.
So she got all this power and authority. Her family is judges, police officers, and lawyers. And look how they abuse their authority. But now they want to say, look where the young nigga come from. He a thief and a robber. He a threat to the society. And they the ones snatching bodies.
It's completely real. It happened, and it affected thousands of lives right here in America. To make it even more insane and unbelievable, one of those children that Tan and her agency kidnapped and sold to unsuspecting adoptive parents was professional wrestling legend, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And in the end, Tan and Judge Kelly and E.H. Crump and everyone else who knew it was truly going on in the Tennessee Children's Home Society got away with it.
Look, the famous wrestler Ric Flair was a stolen baby. So look, if Ric Flair was a stolen baby from the beginning, when he was a baby, go back and listen to his wrestling career and let the wrestling career give you a documentary on Ric Flair about his family, how the way he came up. What? And that shows you who the parents that paid for him. And they never locked up the people that bought the kids. They never locked up the people that bought the kids.
Them ever faced charges. Tan died of cancer at 59. And everyone else who knew it was truly going on in the Tennessee Children's Home Society got away with it. None of them ever faced charges. Tan died of cancer at 59. Judge Kelly and E.H. Crump both died shortly thereafter in 1954 and 1955, respectively. None of the children they kidnapped were ever returned to their biological parents. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe.
She was doing the same thing first before the nigga in Georgia was doing it. So it was a common practice that was going on. Cause if you look at other most states, do your research. Look at other most states that finna show you these same kind of documentaries. And check this out. Watch this. Y'all think I'm lying? Watch this, y'all. I'm finna go to my channel. Let me go to my channel. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute.
You don't need to see no woman furious working in the hotel when she came up missing. Where the females at?
There's a neighbor 2 houses down. Their camera shows the West family. Their camera shows on December 19th that the West family left. It also shows that there was only, it allegedly shows that there was only 4 kids returning to the property. Is this misinformation, or are people just going to continue spreading that the kids were gone before then?
I have not reviewed that video at all, so I couldn't tell you. And I don't. Again, I don't even know the date of that.
Now look, this the police chief. Keep this in mind. He knew who was in lead of the missing boys case. And he knew the police officer that evicted the kid from the foster parents and the biological mother. So when they were talking about the footage, that's when the next door neighbor got it on tape that, well, shit, we just only see 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? That entered the van, you know what I'm saying? We ain't see the boys.
Video in question, so I don't know. I know the kids were dropped. Some of them were dropped off in Bakersfield prior to the other 2 going missing. But again, I have not reviewed that video, so I can't speak to that.
Okay, and it doesn't mean another law enforcement agency hasn't reviewed it. It just means that CCPD may have not seen it, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
That's why he kept saying, he scratched that. He said, is it other law enforcement agency that's involved with the case? So when the police chief was like, yeah, we got Bakersfield, I said, they involved with the case. They've been involved since day one. And he meant that. He said Bakersfield was involved with the case, because guess where they came from missing first? Bakersfield. All right. Think about the Georgia Tan situation when it comes to the adopted kid.
Okay, I'm trying to think of anything else that I could put there. If BPD viewed that information, since you guys are the lead investigators, if there was something of note, they would have informed you guys, though, right?
Correct.
And BPD didn't inform you guys, hey, look, we saw surveillance footage that showed something alarming.
No, they have not shared that with us.
They had not shared that with us. Why? And the same police chief, that's why, look, y'all see what I'm getting at now? That's why he said Bakerville didn't share none with us, because they already know who was on the case that was dealing with the missing boys.
So, again, that leads me back to, if we are the lead on this, and if I haven't heard about it, I don't know if it actually exists. They've been very forthcoming. They share everything with us, and they have not shared that with me at this point.
Okay. Now, the timestamp of this video is also in question. It said,
Now watch this. If I just show y'all a documentary how the police, the judge, and all these people in this documentary, how they all involved in it and be turning the side cheek like they don't know what's going on. Watch how this news reporter finna kill all this shit.
16, it was in military time. You guys received the call for them going missing at like 5:45-ish, right?
Correct. On the 21st, which is a Monday.
On the 21st, which is a Monday. Okay, so I'm assuming maybe his clock was an hour back, because it showed Trevel West searching, according to his time, around 4:30-ish.
That will be 16:30 military time.
Yeah. From what you guys have found, is that the case? Was he searching for, because he told us he called within minutes of them going missing. Were you guys able to determine that too?
Now look, 4:30, he searching in the backyard. He said he called the law in minutes. So 4:30 in minutes, what that is? That's like 4:35 or some shit like that, right? Or 4:40. But watch this.
are by a court order because anything involving juveniles is protected.
Really? Even if
Yes.
could you just then possibly just the only thing I really want to know too is, do we know the time? Because I've been given such different, various information on what time this was. What time was the 911 call placed to?
What I have here is 1854, which would be that translates to 6:54 p.m.
What? Now y'all see how it look. And I told y'all that's the reason why they finna take the police chief off the case. Cause if I peep this game, if I peep this shit, ain't no telling who else peeped this shit. And Crenshaw did her research like in the Kanika Jenkins case. Like I did in the Kanika Jenkins case. Look.
Right. So it was about 7 o'clock. Okay.
Now, the timestamp of this video is also in question. It said 16. It was in military time. You guys received the call for them going missing at like 5:45ish, right?
Correct. On the 21st, which is a Monday.
Go to the scene. So look, the feds, the FBI has it. He's gonna look at him. He kind of hesitated.
That's the police. There go the police. Look what the time show you that the police was on the scene.
Then he went. I don't know if you did figure. I seen that. Then his wife hesitated. So now he goes and he tells, and that's his wife walking in the back, telling them, "You might want to put it in just a little back here." Is that good? That should be good on it. Yeah. So he tells the cops that, hey, my 2 and 3 year old or 3 and 4 year old is missing, right? So the cop takes off. It's her walking. Or him, I don't know, but they're not looking. They're not looking. They're not looking, bro. They're not looking. Yeah. I mean, they're not looking. You don't have no.
What? They see what's on the footage. Everything the police try to put the narrative out there was a lie. And it took AV News, Crenshaw, and the rest of the Cali boys, goddamn it. And remember, Trevelyan West got cameras on his house. Let's keep watching.
No. So he goes and he's hopping back in his truck. Okay. Right. This is what I call him playing the little movie part. You know what I mean? He's setting up the stage pretty much. He's setting it up. Right. You know what I mean? Well, I'm searching too. I'm doing this. So he hops back in his car when the cop pulls up. Right. But he was just standing around before that. So it comes out the same way how he pulled in. It came out the same. Look what he does. What is he doing, bro? Look what he does. Exact same. Look what he does.
So they let y'all know what y'all seeing. Oh, y'all exposed. Now we know why the police pulled up and let Trevelyan West go down the street while the police jump out the car. And look, like what you just said, Lena, I bet you that's the same police that took the kids out the foster care. And keep this in mind, Trevelyan West's story was so rehearsed. This nigga used a word called rambunctious. Hold on, y'all. Watch this.
Makes that same freaking right. The exact same right turning and why would you go in the exact same direction again? Right? Yeah. Hi. Hello. This is me. This is crazy, bro. Where's his cop going? He's searching. He's frantically searching. You could tell he's searching. Yeah, no. You could tell the difference. Yeah, you could tell the difference right away. Yeah. Someone searching and someone not searching. You know what I mean? Yep. So you guys seen this?
The records are by a court order because anything involving juveniles is protected.
Really? Even if could
Protected. That's why juveniles are protected. Listen to the call.
you just then possibly just the only thing I really want to know too is, do we know the time? Because I've been given such different, various information on what time this was. What time was the 911 call placed to?
What I have here is 1854, which would be that translates to 6:54 p.m.
Right. So it was about.
So 6:54 p.m. and you got the law arriving earlier. What a next door camera show. You got a camera showing the police up at the scene. Look in the backyard. And let Tregang West go down the street where they had a search at and said, we found gills with Orson name on them. So they got everybody searching in the field like somebody had to plant that there. So that probably been a time where he tried to plant evidence in the field and have everybody looking over here. Like they done walked off in a dark desert now. Check this out. What? Is this making sense, y'all? Thumb me up if this making sense. Let me see who all in this job. Yeah.
7:00. Okay. Okay. So as far as what I need to tell the.
He stood here. He was gone for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, but he stood here for what? Something like that. 8, 9 minutes. Standing here, waiting for the cops. He wasn't searching at all.
Now look what time this going down. Look what time the neighbor footage showed. What's going down before that? What? Man, they caught red-handed. Once you figured it out, you could go back and bring up old shit. And we just talked about circumstantial evidence and direct evidence. What? Now we can send it to a grand jury, be like, well, we seen the police there before they even made the phone call, and then, report the kid missing. And then the same police that took the report, goddamn it, he the one that evicted the foster kid. So I think it's a scam going on with the CPS, because they never look. Did Jacqueline mama, Orient West, did Crenshaw prove that his girlfriend mama work for the goddamn agency too? What? And look, and they kept them at the news media. They want y'all to harass the boyfriend instead of the girlfriend. Look, y'all.
Cop again coming back, or another officer. So another officer pulls up, parks in the front, and he's gonna go hit the whole backyard now. You know what I mean? Hey, can you guys, am I too close to the TV? Can you guys see it pretty good or what? Let me know. Let me know if you guys can see this footage.
Tregang West gone now.
You guys, joining.
Why the police still at the house? Tregang West gone.
This is my second channel, guys, so we can't get into the first channel, so I'm pretty much just gonna not even worry about that first channel anymore.
And look, and keep this in mind, Tregang West brother got a youth home for kids. And he registered the house that Trevel West stay in as an ice cream shop, as a business. Think about the Pizzagate. Think about when the Pizzagate that got spoiled. Pepperonis for the women, you know what I'm saying? What that pepperoni for the women, sausage for the boys. And then he got his name as the ice cream shop.
Okay, so this is another officer there.
Another police.
I should have had my battery charger on me. Yeah, on a live stream. No, it's just the Android. I have a charger, but it's out there in the car. I would have to walk out there real quick. You want to pause it real quick, bro? All right, guys. So I'm gonna run out here to the car. I need to get my charging device. That way we can stay.
If y'all did a little research, y'all know why the ice cream truck come in the neighborhood. Y'all remember y'all used to grow up, see the ice cream truck come in the neighborhood. Y'all remember that song, right? That song was racist. Look up the song and how it was racist. Now look, there could be another way of snatching kids in public without being known. Give me some ice cream, sir. And that's how, and look, when they in your neighborhood, they always show up when school come out. So look, that's why people always say, well, the last time I seen Tim was at, you know what I'm saying, walking home from school. Ice cream truck draw kids. And look at how many kids that come up missing. Ain't no telling how many kids that had 50 cents that ran to the popsicle truck and got snapped.
Live.
According to his time, around 4:30ish.
That would be 1630 military time.
Yeah. From what you guys have found, is that the case? Was he searching for? Because he told us he called within minutes of them going missing.
At 4:30.
Were you guys able to determine that too?
Yes, we were able to determine that he believed the children went missing around 5 o'clock, or maybe no, I don't even want to quote. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But once we got the call, he said he had been searching for them for 15 or 20 minutes. Called us. We were on scene within 5 minutes or less.
Okay, so he told you guys.
Look, when you think about the ice cream truck, hold on, I got to play this shit, y'all, cause this shit getting too deep for me. Every time when I wrap my mind around this shit, man, I'm like, man, look, this shit here be fucking me up. Cause I look at the world differently now. I look at the world different, Jack. Y'all got a police chief in here with his head shaved, looking like the Klansman. And then the news reporter over here drilling the fuck out of him. Now, in the beginning, everybody watching this shit was like, okay, let's see what the police chief got to say. But this news reporter did his investigation, so he got to ask these kind of questions. And he could use him to his advantage later on, like I'm doing now. Like what I'm doing now. And y'all can shout out to Crenshaw for that. Cause Crenshaw the one that told y'all who was the lead investigation on it. So now y'all understand his question going to the police chief.
What's the call was dispatched?
So he,
The only thing I really want to know too is, do we know the time? Because I've been given such different, various information on what time this was. What time was the 911 call placed to?
What I have here is 1854, which would be, that translates to 6:54 p.m.
Right, so it was about 7 o'clock.
My camera took for this. You know what I mean? So that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, we could go back. So he stated that to the police that his statement was.
Look at the time.
My DVR, the FBI has this recording. So
neighbor 2 houses down, their camera shows the West family. Their camera shows on December 19th that the West family left. It also shows that there was only, it allegedly shows that there was only 4 kids returning to the property.
That's why they got to use allegedly. He didn't have to use allegedly on it, and we could count the fucking kids that came back. What? So it ain't no allegedly about that. It's all about how the police chief gonna answer the question, because everybody can, when AV News released that footage and was showing y'all that the goddamn it, look, it was only goddamn it 3 kids that came back.
Is this misinformation, or are people just going to continue spreading that the kids were gone before that?
I have not reviewed that video at all, so I couldn't tell you. And I don't.
Look, he then saw the video, so he can't tell you nothing. And I just show you the video. Now listen to the answer.
Again, I don't even know the date of that video in question, so I don't know. I know that the kids were dropped. Some of them were dropped off in Bakersfield prior to the other 2 going missing. But again, I have not reviewed that video, so I can't speak to that.
Okay, and it doesn't mean another law enforcement agency hasn't reviewed it. It just means that CCPD may have not seen it, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
my camera took for this. Yeah.
But look, if you listen to the neighbor that got the footage, he said the feds got a copy of his fucking video. So when AV News put this out, the feds already had a copy of it.
I mean, so that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, we could go back. So he stated that to the police that his statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So,
What? The FBI came and they got his recording.
He stated that to the police that his statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So,
okay, I'm trying to think of anything else that I could put there. If BPD viewed that information, since you guys are the lead investigator.
Look, y'all heard it. Since BPD, meaning Bakersfield, meaning who is the head on the case. Watch how he had that word triggered, since y'all the lead investigator on this case. Y'all see the police chief facial expression when he asked that question? Y'all see that angry look? Watch this.
If there was something of note, they would have informed you guys, though, right?
Correct.
And BPD didn't inform you guys, hey, look, we saw surveillance footage that showed something alarming.
No, they have not shared that with us.
So that means, the way I'm looking at it, the news reporter knows some about the investigation that the police chief don't know. That he don't, whatever he do know. So he careful with his questions. This why he always bring up Bakersville. He ain't said nothing about Chachahatchee. He ain't say nothing about the other you know what I'm saying, surrounding, you know what I'm talking about, police. Cause when you kidnap a child and take it all, you know what I'm saying, across state line, them federal charges for every state line that you pass. Right? Now watch this.
So again, that leads me back to, if we are the lead on this, and if I haven't heard about,
He said, if we are the lead on this, what Crenshaw just exposed about the other police that was on the case. Hold on, let's go back.
If BPD viewed that information, since you guys are the lead investigators, if there was something of note, they would have informed you guys, though, right?
Correct.
And BPD didn't inform you guys, hey, look, we saw surveillance footage that showed something alarming.
No, they have not shared that with us. So again, that leads me back to, if we are the lead on this, and
why he say if we are the lead on this? Did y'all hear what this man just said? One more time.
To the police that his statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So,
okay, I'm trying to think of anything else that I could put in there. If BPD viewed that information, since you guys are the lead investigators, if there was something of note, they would have informed you guys, though, right?
Correct.
And BPD didn't inform you guys, hey, look, we saw surveillance footage that showed something alarming.
No, they have not shared that with us. So again, that leads me back to, if we are the lead on this, and if I haven't heard about it, I don't know if it actually exists.
He don't know. He don't know if that actually exists. He don't know if he didn't seen it. He don't know if it actually exists. Now watch this, y'all. Now look at all these police officers that's into it, on the same police force, connected to Bakerville, you know what I'm saying, to the Cali City, you to Hatchapee, all this shit. Watch this shit, y'all. And they are part of the Aryan neighborhood, and all them races. Watch this. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Look, y'all. This when I end this career, when they got him off Bakerville. I mean, off the case.
My name is John Walker. I'm the chief of police of the California State Police Department.
And John is spelled
Jon, no H.
what do we got today, Chief?
We are Johnny Walker and the Whiskey Shooters. Please welcome to the stage, Johnny Walker.
Mexico. Police chief. Fly over mountains coast. Baby head down on my shoulders. Get out. Look at them, look at the KKs. Shotgun. Cigarette. What? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, 5 o'clock. For you, my friend. All my friends say I must be crazy to see with you with him. You know what I'm talking about? With his hands on the hips and shit. What? And y'all see that?
The timestamp of this video is also in question. It said 16. It was a military time. You guys received the call for them going missing at like 5:45ish, right?
Correct. On the 21st.
5:45, and he got a song out. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Y'all didn't hear the song? Did y'all hear the full album? That shit racist as hell. Man, that man got a song about wetbacks. No shit. I just showed y'all the concert. Look.
Which is a Monday.
On the 21st, which is a Monday. Okay, so I'm assuming maybe his clock was an hour back because it showed Trevel West searching, according to his time, around 4:30ish.
That would be 16:30 military time.
Yeah. From what you guys have found, is that the case? Was he searching for, because he told us he called within minutes of them going missing. Were you guys able to determine that too?
What? Well, y'all heard when y'all see his facial expression, y'all watch this, y'all. He looking up. What did the nose to ghost shade what did Samuel L. Jackson did in the you know what I'm saying? God damn it, you telling a lie when you scratch your ass. If you goddamn it look all around and look to the left, your ass is lying. Look. Y'all see look, don't make me pull up the negotiator. When Rudy went on that motherfucker, stop looking to the left, man, and tell the fucking truth. Cause look how now y'all know how I feel like Samuel L. Jackson. Drop the foul, Nate Bum. Show everybody the Kanika Jinga foul, Nate Bum. He falsified and they all in the pension funds. You see what I'm saying? Look at that facial expression. That nigga looked up to Jesus. Lord, this nigga done hit me with a mean question here when it came to that time. Look, y'all, this a prime example when you mention the time on the crime. Why did y'all? Now look. Look, just look. Ooh, look at him now. He listening. He had to tilt this ear like, what you say now about some time? Wait a minute. He finna, look, I'm gonna cut the chat out. Y'all see that? Look at the KKK boy. You know, talk about, watch the question though, why he looking like that. Watch this.
Stamp of this video is also in question. It said 16. It was a military time.
Y'all see he popped the ear open?
Them going missing at like 5:45ish, right?
Correct. On the 21st, which is a Monday.
On the 21st, which is a Monday. Okay, so I'm assuming maybe his clock was an hour back because it showed Trevel West searching, according to his time, around 4:30ish.
That will be 16:30 military time.
Yeah. From what you guys have found, is that the case? Was he searching for, because he told us he called within minutes of them going missing. Were you guys able to determine that too?
What? You can't determine that?
Yes, we were able to determine.
He got to think about that.
Children that went missing around 5 o'clock.
What? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Look at all them skinheads.
He's talking about going to Ashby, having a group there. He's talking about a woman who saw the two boys there in front of the Albertsons on December 24th. He says that he asked staff in the Albertsons to preserve that footage until someone could submit a subpoena to get it. Have you guys heard about anything happening in Tehachapi?
No, I don't know where he's getting his information that's leading him to Tehachapi. Again, we've got several.
He said he don't know where he getting that information from that's misleading him to Tehachapi. What? Watch this.
Agencies involved, and we, to the best of my knowledge, we haven't heard anything about that.
There's the FBI involved, Kern County Sheriff's Office, Bakersfield Police Department, and the Cal Cities Department as well. If there was something of note happening in Tehachapi, would you guys have known?
I surely would hope. You know, and I have a good relationship with Tehachapi PD.
What them out his buddy? All my friends say.
I know their chief very well, and we've actually spoken. He shared with me that he hasn't heard anything about that. So I would hope that if someone in Tehachapi has some information that will lead us to those boys, they would share it with us.
Investigator from San Diego joined the search this past weekend and says he has a lead that points to Tehachapi. 23 ABC's Bayan Wang spoke to law enforcement and the private investigator and has more on the investigation.
I do it all because of a 12-year-old Boy Scout that went missing on July 19th, 1991, and was not found.
For nearly 30 years, private investigator Bill Garcia says he's worked about 300 missing persons cases.
I have dedicated all my pro bono ability to searching for missing and abducted children.
He says he's helped solve about a third of the cases he's been involved in. His latest case, the two toddler brothers reported missing in California City on December 21st. With 4 agencies involved, including the FBI, this is where Garcia says his team can be beneficial.
My team and I do an extremely good job at picking up where law enforcement either doesn't have the time or have the same direction as we do.
The adoptive...
He said the police must don't have the time or the direction or something, meaning that they ain't even interested in, looking for the boy. Now here go Tregang West.
Parents of the boys is one direction Garcia has attempted.
I had reached out to Trezel. I was hoping to speak to them because I've been told I have a way of speaking to these folks.
While Cal City Police Chief John Walker appreciates the efforts, he says Garcia should tread carefully. Could that hinder?
That man just told him, you better tread carefully. That sound like a threat.
Because I've been told I have a way of speaking to these folks.
While Cal City Police Chief John Walker appreciates the efforts, he says Garcia should tread carefully. Could that hinder an investigation at all?
Yeah, it could. Well, he's fully within his right to do that.
Yeah, it could. In the investigation. It could.
But as long as he doesn't interfere with our investigation. My concern is
long as he don't interfere with our investigation. What that sound like, y'all? What do that sound like? A threat? In a polite way, tread carefully.
He's not out there spreading false information.
The latest information from Garcia is that the boys may have been seen at a grocery store quite a distance away from Cal City.
The strongest leads at this point that we have gotten is a Afro-American woman who claims that she saw the boys at an Albertsons in Tehachapi.
Garcia says the woman allegedly saw them on Christmas Eve, prompting Garcia to call for a search in Tehachapi on Saturday. We asked Walker if he had any reason to believe the boys were in Tehachapi.
I don't know where he's getting his information that's leading him to Tehachapi. Again, we've got several agencies involved, and to the best of my knowledge, we haven't heard anything about that.
In Wild City, Bayan Wang, 23 ABC.
Y'all see that? And guess what the dude said about Tehachapi, who the little boy was seen with, 2 males. So if you seen the 2 boys with 2 males, that means he could have sold them to a gay couple. If 2 men was seen with the kid, that means they could have been 2 gay couples that bought the boy. Cause we know ain't nobody snatched them up. So they wasn't kidnapped. So they sold them. Look.
Connecting you.
Former Tehachapi police officer fighting to get his job back after he feels he was wrongfully terminated. It's a story we first brought you yesterday. 23 ABC's Ken Masenchi obtained federal court records today. Joins us now with a closer look at this story. Ken?
In that case started here in the civil division of the downtown Bakersfield courthouse before moving to the federal courthouse in Fresno, and features allegations made by Peter Graff about physical and verbal threats made towards him, including almost being shot by a fellow officer. Tense moments last night at a city council meeting in Tehachapi. But the battle between former Tehachapi officer Peter Graff and the city of Tehachapi has been going on for years.
You better check yourself.
Court documents obtained through the federal court website detail allegations Graff made against members of the Tehachapi police force. Graff alleged that after notifying superiors of a sergeant falsifying his timesheet and a senior officer threatening to shoot Graff, he became subject to a hostile work environment, as Graff told 23 ABC.
The retaliation began.
The document says Graff was pulled off as director of the Reserve Officer Training Program and began to receive verbal threats and was nearly shot by a fellow officer while they were in the squad room. Graff also alleges that he was not given a raise and told he would not receive one until improvements were made, but says he was never told of improvements to make. And last night he told 23 ABC News he's only trying to do the right thing.
People committed crimes, and there was wrongful terminations, there was hostile work environments. The city
Another skinhead. All these white boys is bald head fighting in the work area because he want to expose how they racial profiling motherfuckers in the hood. And he must had enough of this shit or something. You know what I'm saying? I guess his fellow colleagues turned their back on against him. Now he want to expose the motherfucker.
manager either needs to accept this and address it, or get out of the way and let's bring somebody else who can do it.
The case was eventually closed by a judge in June, and details of a settlement were not made public. Graff was let go last month.
I did nothing wrong but tell the truth, and I ultimately ended up getting fired for it.
Efforts to reach Graff's attorney and the city of Tehachapi for comment were unsuccessful. As we reported yesterday, Graff is still awaiting a formal hearing with the Tehachapi City Council. That date is still not set yet. Live in downtown Bakersfield, Ken Masenchi, 23, ABC.
This the record right here, y'all. That he was exposing his fellow officer for racism. Showing y'all how they was shooting up black folks. Hold on, y'all. See what I'm saying? Y'all see that shit? Misconduct in the workforce. Exposing racism and shit. All right.
Was everything about because and check this out. I was looking at some of his songs and shit. All they got racist names. He got
got songs called Snapbacks and the girls in Mexico. All this shit, I ain't heard the words he was saying. Yeah, I got my double barrel shotgun, a little cigarette. He don't even know that his thing ain't even get crazy yet. Man, that's a rap song in country music. This the police chief.
Look, Chief Kruger referred to our black citizens as savages. As savages. I could show y'all a Shaka Zulu. Go to Shaka Zulu and what the white man called Shaka Zulu. What that savage up to now? You could go to John Smith and Shaka Zulu, John Smith on that motherfucker. Calling Shaka Zulu a savage. Racist slurs, right?
That he said he cool with, and the police chief said they prefer the black citizens savage, crunch black. You know what I'm talking about?
Because they fell into my lap as I went over a speed bump.
Mayor Harry Foxworthy confirmed his.
This a Bakerville police. Locked up on the kingpin dope charge. So this at the time when the other police chief got the little boys, setting the little boys up to be kidnapped. You got this detective over here, the kingpin of dope. And look what he got locked up for.
Police chief is under state investigation, but refused to do an interview. Chief Caudle also wouldn't talk with the I-Team. The chief is not only still on the job tonight, he's been taken off probation, while last month Officer Disney was fired.
He's been retaliated against.
Councilmember Billy Idle says the officer's troubles began last May after Disney complained to his corporal about the time cards. She says the corporal brought his concerns to her and the mayor. Then the councilmember approached Disney in his patrol car for confirmation.
He felt that Cottle was working elsewhere and somebody was clocking him in and out. In fact, he...
Look, this before he got caught. This when they had complaints against him. They had complaints against him and motherfucker did an investigation on him. And they convict him years later. Watch this, y'all.
Was honest enough to tell me that he had clocked him in and out himself.
I felt that what I was doing was wrong or it could get me in trouble, but I didn't want to go against my chief's orders.
But Officer Disney got in trouble anyway. On June 4th, he received this written reprimand, and Idle says the chief demoted his supervisor.
He stripped him of his corporal stripes and put him on midnight shift.
The chief wrote in Disney's reprimand, he as well as another officer had been discussing personal privy information related to myself to a councilman, and I suspended Officer Disney for 3 days without pay as a result of his behavior. What do you think those two things add up to?
Retaliation.
Had you received reprimands before this?
No.
His Aberdeen personnel file shows he was written up for a commendation in 2012 and a glowing performance review in 2011. Officer Disney rated exceeds requirements or...
A civil trial is underway for a former police officer who accuses the Bakersfield department of harassing her on the job.
Now look, this is the same police that did the investigation on him. And when she did investigation on him, she got him convicted of police corruption. And look how they retaliate against the same person that did the investigation.
Aberdeen personnel file shows he was written up for a commendation in 2012 and a glowing performance review in 2011. Officer Disney rated exceeds requirements or...
A civil trial is underway for a former police officer who accuses the Bakersfield Police Department of harassing her on the job. Hillary Bjornebo was one of 4 women to graduate from the police academy back in 2014. She says during her time as a police officer, she was constantly harassed and insulted by fellow officers. She claims
Y'all see that? That's the same police officer chief that I just showed y'all. He the kingpin of dope. Now she getting threats from her own worker because she exposing the look, and got him convicted.
He is seeking $6 million in damages. The article says she hopes the lawsuit brings accountability to the Bakersfield Police Department. An update now on a story we've been following closely for you for months now. The disgraced former Bakersfield police officer sentenced to prison on a federal charge has now been transferred to the Sacramento area. Demasio Diaz was transferred from federal prison to a halfway house in Sacramento and will be released in May of next year. You might recall Diaz, one of two officers sentenced to 5 years in prison for using their positions as officers to steal drugs during the course of their work and using a third person to put the drugs back on the street. From April of 2012 to August of 2015, businessman Noel Carter was handed drugs by Diaz and Patrick Mara with the intent to manufacture, process, and sell them for profit. Carter is serving a term of 7 years, 6 months in prison following his sentencing in April.
So what that sound like? See what I'm saying? Let me cut the chat on. Yeah. Now what that sound like, y'all? So the lady convicted police officer because she seen all the corruption. I just showed y'all the other police in Tehachapi like, man, look, the racism so bad in the workplace that our fellow Klan members don't even get along with this shit. And let's go back to this.
And we searched the whole property.
50. So we're not talking volunteers. 50 personnel from multiple agencies. This is
personnel, yeah, multiple agencies.
50 personnel. 50 agencies involved with the search. Y'all see how the Klan do shit?
Okay, and anything turn up?
No.
No.
No. Unfortunately, no.
No.
Just how racially balanced are the police departments that protect us? Since the uproar in Ferguson, Missouri, the spotlight has been on the racial makeup of police departments all across the country. 23 ABC's Leslie Marine is live from East Bakersfield tonight with how our local police department compares to our community.
Tim and Jackie, Bakersfield is made up of more than 347,000 people, and about half the population is a minority. But in this predominantly Latino community, it's mostly white officers who are responding to emergencies.
What? What that mean? If you the police, you got certain white boys you can send to emergency. That mean when you get a call, it's just say like the what's that lady name that when she was in the house with her son, her nephew, Tatiana, you know what I'm saying? And so he get a call and say, yeah, we want to need a welfare check over there at the lady house because she left her door wide open. And so the white boy come in with his gun, automatic drone, and walked around the house to the window. Instead of knocking on the door and going in through the front door, anybody in here make his way in the house, he go in the back window, get a motherfucker to peek out and shoot her dead. In the window. Tatiana Jefferson.
These smiling faces are those of the 33 men and women who graduated from the Bakersfield Police
33
Academy last month. And despite their physical differences, there is one thing that binds many of them together. They're white.
Our current demographics of the Bakersfield Police Department are not consistent with the demographics of the community.
Currently, the Bakersfield Police Department is made up of 373 sworn officers. Of those officers, 260 are white.
260 are white, overpopulated when they come to the police force. They just like when you go to Taco Bell, it's majority black cooking your food. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the niggas know how to cook good burritos. But when it come to protection, put most of the majority of the white boys out there. And notice all the white boys be on the raid. You'll never see a black man on the raid when the white boy got your address mixed up and go shoot innocent people. Talking about they can't find a search warrant and all this old shit. Cause look how many black people there was in the what's that girl name? And her boyfriend answered check this out. You never seen the black boy on the raid when the white boy do the SWAT. Breonna Taylor. That was all white people at the house. No black man on the floor. See, they got the black people in the car. You know what I'm talking about? Like doing traffic stops and shit. The real white boy do the raid, the good shit. Yeah, let's kick those in. Take drugs. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. Take drugs, rob a motherfucker. Like, what's the difference if the police kick in the wrong door in? They don't have no search warrant. What's the difference if I kick a door in? I don't need no search warrant because the police ain't no search warrant. That's the same crime that been committed.
91 are Latino, 14 are black, and only 8 are of other races.
I think probably people would like to see more diversity, especially those who look a little bit different from the mainstream population.
And when you compare those numbers to the population of the community, whites make up 56% of Bakersfield and 70% of the police force, while Latinos make up more than 45%.
They 70% on the police force. And watch this. This is why they 70% on the police report.
In the city of Bakersfield, but only 24% represent the department.
People automatically think that they're going against them and they're afraid of them, or they always think that they have problems with them.
Sure. There's some mistrust and perhaps a sense that people aren't treated fairly.
It's a problem police have acknowledged, but say they can't bend their hiring standards for.
We have an obligation, I think, to reflect our community. That doesn't lessen our hiring standards. If you're qualified and you have that ability to speak a foreign language, absolutely.
That's the only reason why they need other people, like a Mexican or something. That's how he accepted on the police report. Cause if you got a Mexican on the team, that means you can lock Mexico because you don't know how to speak their language. So you need a police officer you can brainwash. So when you lock this other Mexican up, they need somebody to interpret their language. What? And look how many black people that's on the force in Bakersfield. You don't need that many niggas.
While the Bakersfield Police Department currently only has 10 Spanish-speaking officers, they are dispersed by shifts daily. The BPD also says they're hoping to bridge the gap with the Latino population by adding a Spanish-speaking Facebook page as well as more community involvement.
This the same police officer.
Hey gang, this video just came out a couple of days ago. I think yesterday, but this video ain't 3 days old. It just came out. And look what Bakersfield doing. They supposed to be looking for boys and they turn around doing this shit.
Stand up. Hey, you want to be big? Do you want to be big? Then stand up. Keep your hands where I can see them and stand up. Hey, turn around and face away from me. Hey!
They hate when you driving in the Mercedes-Benz. And this a traffic stop. This just a traffic stop. This how they stop you. Get out the fucking car with gun drawn.
Listen to what I'm saying. Get down on your knees right now. Put your hands on top of your head and in up on your feet.
With the K9. Stop looking around. Look forward, nigga.
Look forward. Stop looking at us.
Don't look at us. Now watch this. Y'all see how this black man cooperating? He ain't no threat. But watch how they finna jack him up. What?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm out movement.
Why would they do him like that and he on his hands and knees? And soon when he grabbed the man, you got the other police guy weapons drawn. You better not get into this.
Now look, gang, check this out. I want y'all to watch the police. Now look, he trying to make a fight. He on the ground, the dude playing calm, but the officer on him, stop resisting, stop fighting me. I want y'all to look, this how they doing it.
Police finna grab him.
That is fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Y'all see how the police trying to...
I'm not moving. I'm not fighting. That's fucking scandalous as fuck. He not fighting y'all. That's scandalous as fuck how y'all whooped his ass. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I want all y'all badge numbers, bro. Straight up. I need all y'all badge numbers. Real shit. Yeah.
We're talking to Bakersfield Police and that man's family about the moments leading up to his death. As Bakersfield Police say, one of their officers shot and killed that 73-year-old man early this morning.
And investigators say the officer tells them that he felt threatened and that he thought that he saw a gun, but new tonight. 23 ABC's Laura Acevedo explains for us that no gun was ever found. Laura?
Tim and Jackie, there's now a memorial out here at the scene of the shooting. Now, BPD says this all started when they received a call of a man that was walking around with a gun. They did show up to the scene and search for several hours, and tonight they said they didn't find a gun at the scene. A phone call tonight.
They didn't even find a gun at the scene. And look who they killing. Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and black. They don't give a fuck how old you is. They don't even care if you got a medical condition and the hospital is saying, yeah, look, he paranoid schizophrenic, so yeah, he'll be doing this type of shit. And you mean to tell me the police don't know how to subdue this man? And all this shit was going on when Donald Trump was in the office. Notice how the police shootings went down. Notice how the police shooting done went down. When Trump came in the office, boy, you had police shooting every weekend. The Mark Arbery case, the George Ford case, the Robert case, and you know what I'm talking about. And that's why you want to understand the Capitol riot. They want to keep Trump in the office. Cause the police can get to kill niggas when Trump in the office.
911 reporting a man with a gun in Southwest Bakersfield.
Caller said that someone is outside with a gun, armed with a revolver.
That somebody, 73-year-old Francisco Serna. Sometime after the call, Serna was shot and killed by a Bakersfield police officer. I spoke with his children tonight.
Enough is enough. BPD murdered my father for no reason.
According to BPD, when officers got to his home and say they made contact with him, they say he didn't comply with officer orders. BPD says the officer tells them he felt threatened and fired several rounds.
They need to be
How you the police officer and you feel threatened and you use your gun? If you feel threatened, you don't need no police officer. If Tregang go to war with my op, you think I'm gonna tell the judge, yeah, Judge, you know what I'm saying? I felt threatened and I killed him. No, I'm gonna tell the judge, nigga, we went to war. And I got him. That's what make them use their gun on us. Oh, Your Honor, I feel so threatened. How you feel threatened and you the only one that got the gun? How do you feel threatened and you the only one got the gun? Watch what they finna say.
held accountable because this is just happening too often to too many people.
But tonight, BPD confirming that they did not find a gun at the scene. This is something.
What? How you feel threatened for your life and you the only one got the gun, and if the suspect don't got a fucking gun? Man, I appreciate everybody in the chat support your boy, man. That's what I like. I like for y'all to be in the chat, dropping your thoughts in their comments, Jack. Know this shit wrong. Look how the police got the upper hand on us.
Something his family had been telling me since earlier today.
He don't carry a gun. He was always against it, and here we are now at whatever time it is, and now it's been confirmed that he didn't have a weapon on him, and he never does.
Sedna's children say their
His own family said he never have a gun. He never had a gun. His family said, you know what I'm saying? So how the police could tell y'all he was threatened? What threatened him? To make him take an innocent life, and look what race they is.
father was struggling with early stages of dementia. They also say his medication caused him to be paranoid, but the family feels like police knew this about their father. You can hear it in the dispatch call.
Francisco Serna reported us to having dementia.
The Serna family says they are...
And this on the records. This on the records. They knew this man was in, you know what I'm saying, got a medical condition. And they used that medical condition. They said, like, I'm the police. And I'm looking, you know what I'm saying, at my suspect. And I don't like his race. And I know his medical condition because of his call just came back. He got a medical condition. So you waiting on him to be like, I don't know you. I see green men's and shadow men's and all this shit and then running toward the police. And you know he got a medical issue. You could have put your gun back in this holster and wrestled the man. You must can't fight. What? Them suckers can't fight because I whooped one of them before, y'all. I was in jail one time and a sucker tried me because he tried to impress the new bitch that's on the job. See what I'm talking about? He tried to press the new bitch on the job, thought he finna get his Ross out with me. So I'm in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? They like, Tregang, it's time for dress out. I said, woo-wee. I thought you'd never ask that, Jack. So when they time my dress out, I pull that wood out. You know, that wood just fell out. You know, I told y'all when I went to Bangkok. You know what I'm talking about? They name Bangkok. Look, check this out. They was saying that I was getting them little female deputies a show in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I was jump roping with my own goddamn it move. I said, shit, since I'm finna hit, you know what I'm saying, hit the floors, I might as well work out right now and start jumping jabbing. Mm-hmm. And he got mad cause he know he ain't got, look, he got mad cause he like, man, look, that nigga that twerking with something. Them nigga know what I'm talking about, use my, abuse my authority. Nigga, it's time for fingerprint. What? Fingerprint? Oh, I see what's going on. Man, look how many people in the chat, you know what I'm saying, that's a part of that Pagao unit. Thumb me up right now, Jack. I ain't mean to spill all this tea tonight, but that's my passion, y'all. Look how I just look. Look how I broke down the Kanika Jenkins case and the boys, John. And look how I show you the documentaries and add all this shit up and show you how the mafia came in, legal immigrant, and said, man, we got heroin and we could sell it to a black man. We need to find a Pacific black nigga that gonna really twerk this shit. So they got the black man out there selling dope in the community, gave him the crack and said, sell this to your people. You will get some money. But to make a long story short, all the plugs that y'all ever seen about dope dealers and they got their dope from the mob, how they was the one that get 50 years sentence and the mob didn't even get locked up at all. And they explain how dope come from the boats. See what I'm saying?
There was no gun.
My father's never owned a gun, so that was good to hear that the police finally came out and said there was no gun found.
It was no gun found. They're just like me trying to explain myself when I'm working at Taco Bell and I gave a motherfucker an extra burrito.
The family is planning a candlelight vigil and a peaceful protest at the scene of the shooting here tomorrow at 6 in the evening. They want the community to come out and support their father. As far as for the officer who shot.
So look, to make a long story short, while all this going on, you have Bakerville police been convicted on the drugs and been sentenced to federal time. Then you got Bakersville police involved shooting. Then you got Travail West. So tell me, what kind of operation the police really doing? What? Thumb me up, Jack. Y'all see a comparison now? Hold on.
The 73-year-old man, he is on a routine paid administrative leave. Reporting live in Southwest Bakersfield, Laura Acevedo, 23 ABC.
Kern County is on track for another record year cases to our count. 2 more cases, to be exact. A deadly shooting last night was followed by a deadly officer-involved shooting this morning after a man allegedly stabbed his own mother, who is now fighting for her life in a local hospital.
Now look, if all this going on in Bakersville, we already know what's going on in Chicago, and it's going on around the same time. So that means it's some kind of population control going on. Cause you got all these shooting in different states going on at the same time, and look who getting killed. What? Is we still having a racial war that we don't know nothing about? Yeah. Anybody want to donate to the panel, man? My cash app pinned to the top. Buy your boy around the bruise or something. Man, you know, when I read the chat, I'm going to tell y'all, when I read the chat, it just make my day when I could at least wake up somebody. And the people that I woke up, these people be the same people that would do research, look into it themselves. That's why we can get along so good. Cause they like, Tregang, you ain't lying, cause I follow up everything you say. Now, you know what I'm saying? If you wrong about something, I'm gonna let you know. See what I'm talking about? Look.
17's Karen Watt brings us the details.
It's been a bloody 24 hours in this area of East Bakersfield. 3 incidents, 2 men dead, and a community wondering why violence has been so prevalent here at home recently.
So surprised to me seeing the same violence in the neighborhoods.
It was a stark juxtaposition Monday night. 1, 2, 3. On one side of town, the community celebrated the life of 13-year-old Patty Alatorre, who was kidnapped, raped, and murdered over the summer. Even if it's not your own child, be vigilant for the children. As Patty's mother said those words of caution, just 2 miles away, police found a 15-year-old boy shot multiple times on East 11th and Baker. The boy's death marks the 102nd homicide this year in Kern County.
And go to Chicago and see what you get these same numbers in Chicago. Y'all just see that? Let's go to Chicago. Watch this.
Police and SWAT officers responded to 2 scenes in the North Lawndale neighborhood just a few hours ago.
Anthony Pulse is live tonight on the west
This
side.
Kanika neighborhood.
An update, Anthony.
Yeah, Corey and Dawn, we're here in the North Lawndale neighborhood. We're just after 6 p.m. It was absolute chaos for a couple block radius here, right around the intersection of Ridgeway and Douglas Boulevard. As you mentioned, a total of 10.
Keep this in mind. This every night in different cities.
People were shot in 2 separate mass shootings that happened within 5 minutes of and 3 blocks of one another. The first one happened at 6:05 p.m. Police say it happened right near the intersection of 13th and Christiana. 5 people.
13 in Christiana. And where Kanika from? This is the west side of the hotel. After when they shot this up 5 minutes later, they was on the next street shooting. While the police were doing the investigation right here. Look.
Were shot near that intersection. We saw shell casings strewn throughout the sidewalk right outside a number of apartment buildings just off of Douglas Boulevard. Now, the second shooting happened right where we are right now, 5 minutes later, at the corner of Douglas and Ridgeway, which is right where Theodore Herzl School is. I am standing about 50 feet away from that school. 5 more people shot at
5 more motherfuckers shot. Then you got cars flipped over in the street. Look, if you think Chicago was World War II, look what's going on in Texas. Don't forget about the boy kidnapped the nigga out the house and killed the baby and put him in the street. Don't forget about Polk County in Florida. Look how many killings going on in Florida right now. This every night. While y'all watching like shit like this, just watch every night breaking news in different states and see is it the same.
this intersection where a car also ended up on its side. Again, here, many more shell casings all over the sidewalk. And tonight, Chicago police calling on people in this neighborhood to step up and help them track down those responsible.
I tell you, this is becoming an effort where we're going to need an all-hands-on-deck approach. And that approach is going to involve...
That's why they got to put a black police chief out. Because the police so racism. Just say like, if you got an all-white SWAT team, if they fuck up, you could blame the police chief and make the police black chief look bad. But the white man gonna get away with it. What? And you wanna know why you got black police chief? Look how he handled the interview.
Our community getting involved and saying what's going on. Our community who has cell phone pictures, who has Facebook information.
With a big ass star on his chest. And notice he like his fellow clan members. He ain't got no mustache or beard neither do it. Shave it off, nigga, and put this motherfucking hat on your motherfucking head and we gonna crown you with the stars on your chest. What?
We're gonna need your help.
And back out here live, you were looking at a live picture of that car that I mentioned ended up on its side right in the middle of Ridgeway Avenue. Now, so far, police haven't been able to provide us with details about how that car may or may not have been connected with all these shootings. If it was trying to avoid the situation or perhaps it was involved, they don't know.
We were still at work. We started getting these notifications from Ring. 2 guys trying to break in. I hit the siren on my alarm, and immediately I got a call from Ring.
Would you like for us to go ahead and send the police?
And I'm like, absolutely. With Ring, I stopped the break-in on my phone.
Learn more at ring.com.
Look at all these people parked in front of the house. Look, y'all see that? Like they really doing the investigation. All you gotta do is park squad cars in front of the house and board it down and show y'all doing some shit in the backyard. And then every motherfucker like, ooh, they doing the investigation. Let's stay tuned and see what they come up with. Right? You see that, right?
Overnight courts asking the question, what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire? That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank,
So that's what they was watching on the video. So he got in the van
boom, 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 boom by himself. And keep this in mind, the cameras will show if he was in the backyard searching for the kids or throwing firewood. But the
Cause keep this in mind, Trevel West got camera on his property. Keep this in mind, Trevel West got cameras. And I got videos, they showed him the camera that was in the window. Looking at the gate. And it couldn't be no... Look, he ain't never said that he checked his own camera to see where the boys went. Look.
surveillance footage don't show that. Surveillance footage shows something else. You see what I'm saying? Pay y'all, Jack. Now y'all thumb your boy up so we can, talking about and hit these suckers with this pay-out stick. Cause I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Cause when he said that, we'll rap function, they said all triggered off for me. Yeah, you one of them. All right.
And I made this before I put all this shit together. What black niggas you heard about rambunctious? And look at the map that I'm showing.
So let me see how I can whip that ass with that pay-out stick. All right. So he jumped in the van from his crew and he turned down the street. But keep this in mind, he stopped at an abandoned house, so it got to be somewhere down here. But when he turned down the street, he had to come back up this street, right? Because on surveillance footage, it showed him coming down this street and come turn and back on his street again and stop right here.
Follow my mouth.
And stand by the mailbox and the tree and shit right here. So look, over here in this location, we got the green patch and shit, right? Hold up. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. So when he came up that street, Luke was right here and he was gone for 4 minutes. He was gone for 4 minutes, right? So what he went to in for 4 minutes, because when he got back to the house, look, on the surveillance footage, when he got back to the house, right, he didn't even go in and check with the wife. Like, did you see the kids? Did anybody came over here and let you know? You don't even see her coming out the house at all. Like, hey, did anybody see the kids? None of that. You don't see the bitch at all. But that nigga in a van, and y'all see what kind of van he was riding in? Who go buy a goddamn federal van? Man, that mother... Look, did y'all see the van all white? You can't just purchase that at a car dealership. Man, you got to, that look like a company van. And what kind of company it is, because the last time I checked it, people ride them kind of vans is, Wells Fargo, I'm talking about,
handicapped people.
Mechanic trucks and, transporting patients.
See what I'm saying? That's what I said. That van is made for putting bodies in that motherfucker. Why would Trevel West or Jacqueline need a goddamn van that can seat down there 12 to 15 people and they only got goddamn it 4 kids? What? And this motherfucker look like that's the same van they transport when you go locked up and they gotta transport you to the courts. Yeah, shackles you up and getting this motherfucker. We gotta take you to court today. See what I'm saying? Man, y'all got to use y'all head. Cause if you don't think, they'll do the thinking for you. Mm-hmm. I told y'all about the ice cream truck. And go back to Atlanta. And they was like, well, how can these kids come up missing? Because they were just at the store. Was an ice cream truck around? Some that'll draw a kid's attention. It got to be some that'll draw a kid's attention. Yeah. But look, gang, I appreciate everybody came out. I appreciate everybody hit the cash app and treat your boy around the brood. If you want me to keep this shit going now, you know what I'm saying? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. You want me to keep this shit going, man. And I'm going to hit you, goddammit, every day with updates. Yeah, look at the police now. You see how this shit all just up? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I got that kind of tea. Yeah. If you don't want some iced tea, you know what I'm talking about, we got some hot tea. Still gonna be tea. You want some latte tea? I got that too. Yeah, they said they don't want none of that, you know what I'm talking about, the sweet tea. So they said they request herb tea. Yeah, give them the herb tea, Jack. Cause we all finna be in light on this channel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll be back. I'll be back, y'all. Tregang love y'all, man. Y'all be safe, Jack. Get you a good night's sleep and wait on this tea. Cause I can't wait to spill it.